Their power is they segregate people. Like they do, it's
They're
divisive.
polarizing.
Yes, they're polarizing.
That's what you should be with your music.
Yo, play that back.
I just remember the first time I met you because I had no idea who you were, and it was out the front of the St. Leonard's thing, and I can't remember what you were saying, but you were just such a smart ass. And I'm like, I go to Jamie, I'm like, is he actually good at music? And Jamie's like, oh yeah. Okay, explains the comedy. Because you just
Mate, it's not smart ass, it's honesty, dude.
No, it was great. But like, you're ripping some things where I'm just like, I have no fucking clue what this dude's talking about, but it sounds smart.
There it is.
Yeah. And I think
Tricked them all.
well, I
Even tricked Jamie.
yeah, I told you a few months ago, or like a few weeks ago. I was like, when I first met you, I thought you were like,
We were at dinner, dude.
yeah, oh yeah, it was like last week.
Romantic dinner, and he's like, I hated you.
No, I was like, I thought you were a little bit of a dick.
Yeah, I was like, look at you now.
Yeah, love the dude,
Yeah.
love you. It's all
It's
love.
mutual.
But yeah, and it's that thing, it's that honesty that we never get anymore. That like you're like
Straight
you are
shooting.
yeah, one of the most straight shooting
tootin'.
people. Rootin'
Boot
tootin', croc scooting.
I love the Crocs, by the way. I've been hesitating to
good
say
end?
anything.
Oh, dude, I almost divorced Stacey over
I
wearing
did yoga
Crocs.
for like 4 weeks, so look at this shit.
That's good. It's paying
That's
off.
not bad flexibility.
Yeah.
I hope my instructor doesn't watch it, but
Well, she is an instructor.
oh fuck yeah.
No, I almost divorced Stacey over wearing Crocs. So
And
that's-
mine look like loafers, like the real cool ones. And
fancy
he's
ones.
still just
They're good.
Yeah.
Bring him back on and fuck him off.
Croc life.
Croc life. I will be friends with anyone who wears Crocs, I reckon. Some kid, actually a dad and a kid, ran a marathon in America.
No.
Right? Yes. In Crocs, right? And the kid came like 100% top 10. I think it was 8th. In all of like, this is a America-wide
Wearing Crocs.
marathon wearing Crocs. And his dad came in the top like 40 or whatever as
What
well.
a beast.
With Crocs on, and they were just like, boom, eat it. And then they tried to get a sponsorship from Crocs, and Crocs were like, nah, we don't want to be involved in sports or affiliated with
Stick to
sports.
virgins.
Or yeah, I guess. Yeah. And
Glowing hands.
yeah, glow boys. And yeah, that's why
insane.
they haven't sponsored me either, because
Yeah.
I'm too sporty,
Too sporty, too athletic,
too athletic.
too furious.
Interesting though. What would you say their branding is though with Crocs?
Waterproof. Comfortable.
Is comfortable a thing? Is that
They're like walking on clouds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're good.
I think that's where their branding
screw
is,
the,
though.
like the people. Do you know what I mean? But the shoes are excellent.
I think the where their power is they segregate people. Like they do, it's
They're
divisive.
polarizing.
Yes, they're
That's
polarizing.
That's what you should be with your music. That's
Everything.
why I wear them.
Yeah.
Because like this
Screams.
This literally defines my music career. Do you know what I mean?
What, one at the bottom?
It's held comfortable. You can wash it.
yeah, love it.
You can wash it. They're cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone either hates it or loves it. And there's no one in the middle. No one's like, oh yeah, Crocs. They were like, screw Crocs. See? PG practice. Or I love them.
Yes. Yeah, love
You're
'em.
Team Croc or you're not.
Interesting.
I like it.
I like
And
that.
that's how you should be with your music. If your team, I
You
forgot
say
who
this
the
all
hell
the
you
time.
are. Yeah, if people forget your music or who you are, you may as well not exist.
Dude, I'm so
Yeah.
glad you're saying that because we've been saying that
True.
for a few weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, in a few of the podcasts, I'm like, look, you have to be authentic. I mean, I've got a real beef with dudes that pose in front of Lambos that they've rented and
my
they've
gosh.
just scraped under budget.
Shit. Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, be authentic, but be divisive. Like, if you're, like, especially in 2020, if you are yourself, you're going to piss off someone. You know?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, not everyone's going to like you, and
Yeah.
not everyone should. Like, I don't like lots of stuff, and I always like it. And people are like, "Oh, what do you mean you're happy for people to not like your music?" And I'm like, "Oh, let's put it this way, right? What do you want to get for dinner tonight?" And they'll be like, "Oh, whatever," and I'll be like, "That's your favorite food, right?" And I'll be like, "What's the food that you hate the most?" I'll be like this. I'm like, "Is someone going to say that's right or wrong?" No, that's your choice. It's the same thing with music. People I like, there's heaps of music I won't listen to often, or I just dislike listening to, and there's heaps of music I love listening to. That makes me, and that makes them.
Yeah.
And so I should be stoked that, you know, they're either my team or not my team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because they're being
facts.
them.
Yeah, 100%.
Easy peasy.
And there's a beauty in
Individuality.
that. There's a beauty in that, like, difference of opinions.
8 billion people in the world or whatever. And I mean, like, even if 99.9% hated ya, I got crap math, but I reckon that still leaves you with at least 1 million fans. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without a
Easy
doubt.
peasy. You just got to reach them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
That's the hard part.
It is.
That's
Yeah.
that's something.
The
that
noisy
you-
boys at the moment
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you go about reaching your fans?
Reaching them.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting thing actually. I try and build. Pardon me. Cut this. I'm gonna burp.
Oh, let it out, man. Let it out. Let people see the real Timmy.
That was my burp. That was like.
Did you just swallow
Very-
a burp?
Yep.
Oh,
It might be a vomit
It's gonna come out.
from last night and or this morning.
Fun, Timmy.
Fun to me. So with my fans, I try and I don't even try. I just treat them like they're my best friends and give them as much value as I can in the same way, that you guys give me and I give you guys, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
And so they don't run away really. Like when they come, they don't get bored and leave.
Yep.
Because they're always just feeling like they're getting brought into my world because I'm trying to bring them in as much as possible. So whenever I do reach new fans, it's kind of like hot traffic, where it's recommended by someone else. For instance, like a friend might be like, oh, go check out Timi Temple's blah, blah, blah to a different friend. And because they've got some sort of rapport and trust, they're going to go ahead and listen to me. Then they realize that they either like me or don't like me.
Yeah.
And then they stay.
Yeah, cool.
Do you know what I mean? So it comes back around to, being authentic, but not worried about being polarizing also.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. I could definitely pay to like reach more people, but at the moment I don't.
Yeah.
It's an interesting sort of situation. Like I've tried it in the super early days of Timi Temple when I guess I was still a chicken and not completely embracing who I was as an artist
Yep.
and as a human. And like paying for sponsored posts to try and get videos out and this and that. The usual crap that everyone does where they're just like, new singles out, go check it out, go stream this. I'm like, well, I'm trying to demand, like if a person walked up to me in the street and was like, hey dude, buy my car, I'd be like, who the hell are you, go away.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas if his best friend was like, oh yeah, do you want to buy my car? I'd probably be like, oh, think about it. Like if it's, whatever, if I needed a car.
If you needed a car.
That's right. So I got to think about it like that with same as marketing. Like you can't just start blasting these people and telling them what to do. So instead I'm like, I'll just bring them in and then they'll do what I want them to do because they want to do it too.
Yeah,
it's not
man.
because I forcing them to do it. It's because we just have the same wants
Yeah.
after a while. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, heck
So yeah.
Could you use, sorry, Jimmy,
Yeah.
could you use, because exploring this, you could use, social media marketing now, if you know how to access it, it's really fucking powerful. So if you had, I don't know if you're familiar with Facebook Pixels.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tracking part.
Yeah.
So if you had that with your website, for example, you could then, after a while, if you direct the people that you like, that like you and like your music, if you direct them to your
Yeah.
website, you could then retarget lookalike audiences to find people like
Yeah.
that.
But
Could be an option too.
I feel like with across that sort of stuff and tracking like add to carts and all of those sort of things on a Shopify account, and it's really interesting with the lookalike audience because they say you can get it down to 1%.
Yeah.
But then these people are strangers. You know what I mean? Those lookalikes are people who don't know who you are. And then you've got to convert them in 3 seconds because they're not going to watch longer than that on a video ad. If it's mainly Instagram ads work well on stories. And they're not going to watch more than 3 seconds. So unless you've got some really crazy thing to do in those 3 seconds, I don't know if they're going to hang around. So, I don't feel like my content's kind of a long progressive thing. Like people know me because I keep doing all these small things. And if you just saw a random clip of, for instance, what I did yesterday, I was at a wedding and I wore Crocs.
Mad.
But if you saw that, you'd be like, I don't like if it was the first time you saw it, you'd be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And
I think
that would be
a lot of people still would capture attention though.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Because
you don't know.
Crocs at a wedding.
Yeah.
And all that stuff would
Love
start. Yeah, but all that stuff would start accumulating too. Like you think even those ads, like no one fucking buys the first time they see the ad of anything.
It's like 6 times before you even remember it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's cool though, because again, that little bit of investment where you're now slowly warming that cold market of people who are more likely to use your stuff. That's where it can become more useful because now you're slowly like nipping at their heels a little bit. And like, I think depending like on whatever the content is, because you are, you know, like you said, you are polarizing, which is a powerful thing. It's better than being neutral. It's gonna, like I said, like you said, the people who aren't buying it, they're gonna swipe right past it. But there's some people who are like, what the fuck, Crocs in a wedding?
We'll dig it, yeah.
Yeah. It might even get people who don't like Crocs watching it and go, what the who would wear these at a wedding? Actually, music's kind of cool. Like that in itself is
tying it together. Yeah,
it'd be a divisive thing. Like, I think I don't know. I feel
watch
like
this space.
watch
That's
this
what's
space.
happening.
You're gonna start doing ads.